Jesus was a teacher, he loved people, he told stories about God. Jesus helped those in need, he healed the sick and comforted the grieving. People listened to his words, they felt hope in their hearts, they believed he was the Son of God. Jesus traveled from town to town sharing his message of love and forgiveness. He spoke of a God who cared deeply for every person. He taught that love was the greatest commandment. He called on people to turn away from their sins. He promised them forgiveness and eternal life. Jesus and his disciples gathered. It was Passover, a special Jewish holiday. They shared a meal together. This was their last meal together. Jesus knew his time was near. He broke bread with his disciples. He shared wine with them. He told them he would soon be leaving them. The disciples were sad. They didn't understand. Jesus comforted them. He said he would go to prepare a place for them in heaven. Among the disciples was Judas. Judas betrayed Jesus. He went to the high priests. He offered to help them arrest Jesus. The high priests were afraid of Jesus. They feared his growing popularity. They agreed to pay Judas 30 pieces of silver. Judas led the soldiers to Jesus. He kissed Jesus on the cheek. This was the sign. The soldiers arrested Jesus. The disciples were scared. They ran away. Jesus was alone. The soldiers took Jesus to the high priests. They questioned him all night. They accused him of blasphemy. They said he claimed to be the Son of God. Jesus remained silent. He knew he was innocent. The high priests condemned Jesus. They wanted him dead. They feared his teachings. They feared his influence. They feared losing their power. They took Jesus to Pontius Pilate. Pilate was the Roman governor. Only he could order a death sentence. Pilate questioned Jesus. He found no fault in him. He didn't want to condemn Jesus. But the crowd shouted. They demanded Jesus' death. Pilate feared a riot. He feared losing control. Pilate gave in to the crowd. He washed his hands. He said he was innocent of Jesus' blood. He handed Jesus over to be crucified. Section 6. The Road to Calvary. Jesus carried his own cross. He was weak from beatings. He struggled to walk. Soldiers mocked him, they spat on him, they whipped him. People lined the streets. They watched as he passed by. Some wept for him. They felt compassion for his suffering. Others jeered at him. They shouted insults. Jesus remained silent. He endured their cruelty with patience. He knew this was his purpose. Section 7. Nailed to the cross. They reached a hill called Calvary. Soldiers nailed Jesus to the cross. They crucified him between two criminals, one on his right, one on his left. The pain was excruciating, but Jesus forgave them. He said, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." Jesus hung on the cross for hours. He suffered in agony. He endured the heat. He endured the thirst. He endured the pain. Section 8. It is finished. Darkness fell upon the land. Jesus cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" He felt the weight of the world's sin upon him. He took upon himself the punishment we deserved. Then with a loud cry, Jesus said, "It is finished." He breathed his last breath. He died on the cross. The earth shook. The curtain in the temple tore in two. The centurion guarding Jesus said, "Truly this was the Son of God." Section 9. A love that conquered death. Jesus' followers took his body down from the cross. They wrapped him in linen. They laid him in a tomb. They were heartbroken. They had lost their teacher. They had lost their friend. But on the third day, something amazing happened. Jesus rose from the dead. He appeared to his disciples. He showed them his wounds. He proved he had conquered death. Jesus' resurrection gave his followers hope. It gave them courage. It gave them a reason to share his message with the world. The crucifixion of Jesus was a pivotal moment in history. It was an act of love and sacrifice. Jesus died for the sins of humanity. He offered forgiveness and eternal life to all who believe in him. His death and resurrection are the foundation of the Christian faith.